is Afon Nawoka. Today I'm going to be looking at ethical issues or legal issues that therapists and counselors usually face during therapeutic section. The issue about ethical is so drastic due to the fact that in our society today we live with people with different cultural background, different belief and ethnicity. Today I'm going to be looking into people with disability. People with disability has always been part of the society, but they are always being rejected. So in the sense that there's always been people with disability, but due to the stigmatism, they tend to isolate themselves or keep to themselves most of the time. According to American with Disability Act of 1990 and 1991, which indicate that individuals who are considered to have disability are as follows. So these individuals include individuals with physical and mental impairment that influence, that interfere. So people that have both physical and mental impairment which interfere with the activity of their living. It has been indicated that about 54 million people in the United States have one or more physical disability. Equal opportunity for individuals with disability was implemented in the year 1991 by American with Disability Act, which is abbreviated as ADA. This law made it possible for people with disability to access public accommodation, commercial facility, employment, transportation for both state and local government, services, telecommunication. The rate of substance abuse among people with disability have increased drastically due to the society show less interest with issues concerning these populations. So the issue they're having today is that most of the medical professional tend to not to discuss this substance abuse issue with people with disability, in the sense that they have this ideology that if somebody is disabled or have mentally challenged or physically limitation, they don't have the tendency of trying to engage in any substance abuse, which is actually wrong, because these people most of the time they tend to go to substance or use substances in a way to make themselves feel better, because they feel they are more isolated. They keep to themselves most of the time. They feel rejected. So using substance abuse sometimes can help them boost up their energy and make them more happier, and to forget about the issue they face or the reaction they get from people daily. So according to the research, it was estimated that about 14% of individuals with developmental disability, both with mental retardation and autism, abuse substance. So this individual can engage in different substances like marijuana, cocaine, and alcohol, which is more accessible. It has shown that people with disability participate less in substance abuse treatment due to less accessibility of this treatment program in their community. Yeah, for example, most of the people that have disability, or for example physical disability, they have limitation to transportation. They are not able to go to the treatment facility due to they don't have nobody to take them back and forth for the treatment. And most of them, their family show less interest in helping them, because the family have to go to work and they don't have the chance to be able to pick and drop them back and forth. Then some of them who is not living with their family, they are homeless, so they don't have the accessibility, the money to be able to follow up or attend such programs. So many individuals engage in substance abuse due to reaction they get from others because of their disability, frustration, and social isolation. Like I said before, most of these individuals that have that develop physical or mental limitation usually use alcohol as a source of increasing their happiness, or a sense of feeling belonging, or a sense of trying to change or distract their mind from the reaction they get daily from people, or to feel better about themselves regardless of how people see them or how people respond to them when they try to interact with them. So it has been indicated that the available substance abuse facility is not well equipped to provide services for individuals with disability. So most of these facility actually do not have accessibility to help individuals with physical limitation or patient with mental retardation. So some of these individuals that have mental limitation or retardation, in order for them to be able to participate fully with this treatment program, they will need like a one-to-one therapy session or individual therapy, in a sense that they might not be able to understand well. Like some of them might not be able to participate fully in a group therapy. Rather, they will be able to do better when they are on one-to-one with a therapist, to be able to explain furthermore the treatment plan and the necessary things that they need to use in order to help them cope with their substance disorder. So they are now able to provide services for the individual with disability. This treatment facility are unable to provide services due to the following: transportation, cultural insensitivity, effective communication, and failure of the healthcare provider or the healthcare professional to discuss substance abuse with individual who has physical or mental disability. So let's look at the failure of healthcare provider to discuss with individual with physical or mental disability. I'm going to elaborate more on this. So most of the healthcare professionals are not well trained in the sense that the way to take care of people, ordinary people, they are actually trained to take care of people without disabilities. So according to this studies that I was reading through the textbook, I said there's a need for healthcare professionals to learn about taking care of individuals with disability or mental limitations. So, in conclusion, there's an urgent need for therapists to be trained in providing care for clients who have both physical and mental disability dealing with substance abuse. So, training more of these therapists or counselors to understand ways to be able to take care of or be able to establish a treatment plan for clients who have mental disability or physical limitation will be able to promote building or creation of more facility that is more accessible or more equipped for this kind of population, for them to get the proper treatment they need during their substance abuse progress or substance abuse treatment, and they will get the necessary support in order not to go back to their former behavior of abusing substance or relapse to use substance. So by educating the this therapist also, this will promote the development of more facility that is equipped to provide services or treatment for individual with disability. This is where I'm going to conclude. I really believe that knowledge is very, very important in any kind of field that you're gonna endeavor in. So learning more about people with different cultural background, with different limitation, like the mentally limitation or physical limitation, and try to understand things the way they see things, be able to build a therapist or a counselor to develop a proper and effective treatment plan for this individual. Thank you so much. This is where I'm going to stop.